digital artist known as Doodles by Indie on Instagram and TikTok, and today I'm starting a new series on this channel to go through the alphabet and draw an occupation pertaining to each letter. So for the letter A, we are obviously starting with the word artist. And as I draw, I'm going to be talking about all things happening in the artist community, anything Etsy related, business related, or just life happenings. So to kick things off this week, we're going to be discussing the Etsy strike. You may have seen a lot of infographics or started hearing a lot of things happening in regards to this, but the Etsy strike is a week from April 11th to the 16th, where a lot of small business owners on Etsy decided to either close their store or put it on vacation mode. And this is in regards to Etsy's announcement that was made earlier this year to raise fees from 5% to 6.5% starting April 11th of this year or this past week. And what happens is whenever we sell a product, we get 5% taken from us, and Etsy earns that extra money. So, for example, last month I sold an order that was $20 and I had to pay Etsy 5% or $1. And that may not sound like a lot, but all of these fees, like listing fees, payment fees, any ads you may be running, and if you're from a different country, there's a fee to convert your currency to USD. All of these fees really add up, and it really impacts those who have lower value items. Like imagine selling a product for $3 and having to pay all of those fees. And I think that's a situation for a lot of artists who are selling stickers and prints that are valued between $1 to $5. Because besides the Etsy fees, you also have to pay for things like packaging materials, envelopes, stamps, and the item itself. You also have to place a value on the amount of time you spend making the product, taking photos of the product, editing the images, and all of the behind the scenes admin work. So after everything, you probably end up close to nothing. So after Etsy decided to increase their fees, despite doing so well these last few years during a pandemic in the backs of small businesses, a lot of small business owners became very sad and frustrated and mad with the platform, and they decided to remove themselves from it, whether completely or again just on vacation mode. They wanted to prove that it's really small businesses that is making Etsy money, and by not supporting them anymore, they are showing Etsy that they will be losing a lot of money by increasing their fees. The sticky situation is that despite the strike, I feel like Etsy is going to shrug this off, and they are going to not change because they know a lot of businesses will return to Etsy once the strike is over. Because the reality is a lot of these small businesses, such as myself, we can't really afford to move to an independent website or go on Shopify and make our own website. We don't have the audience for it, and we really rely on Etsy's marketplace for sales. So jumping into Shopify real quick, it's basically the same thing. Yes, there is less transaction fees. Yes, you have more control over your business, and you don't have to pay a fee every time you add an item to your store, and there's no expiration date on your items. I think for Etsy, it's about 3 months before you have to pay 20 cents to relist your items. However, on Shopify, as someone who does work on Shopify for a brand as a full-time job, there are a lot of additional costs that come with using the platform, like certain plugins to get your site to look a certain way, or if you want to have subscription, there's always an extra cost that you don't necessarily see when you first sign up for a Shopify plan. You kind of see it later on when you start building out your page and wanting to customize it more. Plus, because you have to get your own audience onto your website and drive your own traffic, you may even have to pay for things like Google ads, Facebook ads, or Instagram ads, which is a lot of money in itself because you're paying for every time someone clicks on your ad and into your website. So going back to Etsy, it does make a lot of sense why they're increasing their fees, because at the end of the day, they are a business as well, and one that is competing with giants like Amazon. It would be very hard for them to continue to grow their business year over year without changing and without increasing their fees, because I think with this extra fee and extra money that Etsy has garnered, they will be able to use it towards marketing and making Etsy more well known, which to me makes sense, because the more people Etsy attracts onto the site, the more potential customers you may be able to get, which ultimately benefits you and your business. And I also feel like I am seeing a lot of other marketplaces like Faire.com or even Instagram Shop doing the same thing. There's always a fee for listing a product. They're increasing their shipping costs. It's just the reality of selling your products online and using someone else's platform to do so. You're really honestly paying for their audience, and unfortunately that is an expense that small creators need to be making in order to grow their business. So personally, my take is, as a small business owner who doesn't necessarily have the funds, it really sucks that this is happening. But again, a lot of my money is coming from Etsy. So, and again, because I work with a brand on Shopify as my full-time job, I understand why this is all happening, and I think my advice would be to not put all your eggs in one basket. Really try to not only sell on Etsy, but maybe on other channels as well, like Faire.com, your own website, Amazon, host a pop-up in person, because at the end of the day, your sales will come when you widen your own audience, and Etsy is just a small portion of your sales. So yeah, that's what's going on in the small business community. We're all struggling. Some of us are thriving, but I think most of us are dying from Etsy. So be nice to your small business owners and don't just buy a single sticker for them. Maybe add a few more into your shopping cart. But that's it for the Etsy strike for week 1, letter A. Let me know what you guys think about the Etsy strike, and if you're for it, against it, don't have an opinion, let me know. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to look out for the next letter in this alphabet series.